Today I want to talk about stop informing your past and updating your past about the version of you and about the version of who you are today. So a couple of days ago I had someone hit me up and from my past, hold on guys, it's kind of windy. Okay, so a couple of days ago I had somebody hit me up from my past and they were asking me questions and things like that. And as they were asking me questions, I'm like, you don't know me. I am totally different. I'm not the person that you met before. I'm in such a different space. Talking to you only reminds me of the past. It only reminds me of all the things that I went through with you, besides you. So why am I updating you about where I am today if I don't see any growth? So as I was talking to this person, I'm like, hold on, I just received a download. Why am I discussing my new version of myself, my new update, my new characteristics, my new traits, my added on personalities to someone that I have not spoken to in such a long time? And here goes confirmation. Look at this, guys. Look at this feather. It's a big feather. It's kind of a little. If you know me, I love feathers. Love feathers. Okay, so why am I updating somebody that I don't speak to from the past? And I want to talk to you guys about that today. Someone that you used to speak to in your past come into your life, especially that random, out of nowhere, out of the blue. They want to see you. They want to see where you're at. They want to just talk to you, get some information on you. And it starts to feel like data collection. It starts to feel like somebody's just wanting to know information about you to see if you are still in the same place, to see if you have grown, to see if you're still stuck or stagnant, to see if you're elevating. And honestly, I'm here to tell you, don't give those people information. Don't, because that's exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for information from you in some sort of capacity to decide whether they want to stay in your life or they don't want to be in your life. Or some people just come into your life out of just curiosity, just to see. And I say, don't give it to them. Do not give it to them, because you are a new version of yourself. You are a new character. You are a new person. Your past should not know your new version of you. Your past should not know you. Okay? Your past should just seem so different. It's so... And what I mean by your past, I'm talking about friendships, relationships, family members, people that you left in the past. Leave them in the past. Why? Because they're in the past for a reason. If they're not here to help you grow, if they're not here to help you elevate, if they're not here to bring you towards a higher level, then they do not need to be in your future, nor do they need to be in your present. And I'm so adamant about that, especially nowadays, because you have to be very mindful of who you allow in your circle or who you allow in your life. And I'm not saying always new people are good people, and I'm not saying old people are bad people either. I'm just saying people that you haven't spoke to for years, people you have not communicated to with years, and if it did not end on a good note, there's no reason why you should be entertaining that person. There's no reason why you should be talking to that person. There's no reason why you should be even discussing your new future to somebody else. Because I had someone hit me up and they were just asking me a million questions about where I was in my life and who I am, and then started to give me like advice about what I should be doing with my life. And I just thought about it. I'm like, wait, hold on. I have not spoken to you in ages. I have not spoken to you in years. And now you're trying to give me advice of what I should be doing with my life. Instead of saying, hey, what have you been up to? Like, instead of asking me what I've already been actively doing, you're asking me, you're advising me on what I should be doing with my life. If that does not seem like data collection, if that does not seem like monitoring spirit, then I don't know what. And I just thought that was very off-putting. I'm like, hey, I haven't spoken to you in years. Ask me how I'm doing first. See what I'm up to. See what's new. So I thought that was very interesting, you know? And I just think that there's a difference between evolving and seeking validation. So if someone's for your past contacting you and then they feel like you're still on that same level and there is no type of growth, there is no type of elevation, there is no type of difference, And if you don't see that that person is growing and you don't see no elevation in their particular life, why would you want to continue to involve yourself with someone like that? Why would you want to continue to have conversations or even try to talk about the past with somebody that is no longer on your level and you're not on their level? It makes no sense. So why entertain a topic? Why entertain conversation with people that you don't speak to, let alone know who you are in this new version of yourself? And I always say now, especially, like, I'm not accepting anybody from my past back, period, bottom line. And this is a note and this is a message to anybody that watched my YouTube video that is in my past. I'm not accepting you guys back. I'm sorry. Because here's the thing, you have an opportunity to be my friend, you have an opportunity to be a person to show up for me at whatever capacity that was at that time, and you already showed me who you were. You've already pretty much gave me the insight of what this situation and what a relationship and a friendship would be. There's no need to continue to move forward because you would have appreciated me when you had me. And now that I'm not in that place anymore, it just is not conducive to my future reality, my present reality, to go back and communicate with anything that is in my past. So the answer is just simply no. A lot of the times when you talk to people or you connect with people in the past, you're like in an outdated version of yourself. You know, a lot of people can bring up the past and it be very triggering, very traumatic, you know, deep-rooted issues, and a lot of people would sweep things underneath the rug and won't address it. And I feel like it's important to have those conversations unless you're trying to mend something new for the future. But if you cannot even address what happened in the past and why your friendship, relationship, whatever dynamic that has been broken, and you cannot address the past, then you cannot address the future. And that's just how I feel. I feel like if you cannot have a conversation about what happened in the past, how are you supposed to build a solid foundation for a future? So I was just saying, it is no sense to accept anybody from your past. They're in your past for a reason. And I'm not saying everybody that's in your past is terrible. You know, obviously you learned something from your past, whether it was good or bad. Guys, what the hell was that? Maybe that was confirmation. I was just speaking to someone today and they was like, I don't have losses. It's either wins or lessons. And it's true. You either win, is learning and lessons. I mean, it's learning and lessons, literally. You don't lose. So anybody that's from your past or anybody that's trying to come back from out of the woodwork, you gotta ask yourself, what are they wanting? Okay, have they changed? Have they elevated? Have they become a better person? What are they wanting from me? What can I get from them? Okay, ask yourself, what can you get from this connection? What are they offering that they did not offer last time? What are they willing to build that they did not build last time? What are they trying to mend that they did not mend last time? What are they trying to fix? What do they want? You have to ask yourself, what is it that they want? Because people have hidden agendas, and I know that sounds crazy and you shouldn't be thinking like that, but people do. Okay, I need you guys to know that people have hidden agendas, and people have their own, even if it's not like out of malice, even if it's not out of ill intent, they have something that they want. People want things from other people. People like to harvest other people's energy. People like to feed off of other people's energy. And I noticed that a lot of people from my past, when they realize that they cannot find anybody else like me, or they cannot come across anybody like me, they try to come back to me and cipher off of my energy and just be like, hey, I like the energy that you gave me. I didn't appreciate it, but I like the energy that you gave me, and now that I don't have it, I appreciate it more, and now I want you in my life because I don't have it anymore, and I need to siphon your energy to feel good about myself. So ask yourself, before you accept anybody back from your past, are they pouring into you? Are they lifting you up? Are they encouraging you? Are they making you a better person? What are they doing for you opposed to what you give them? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that before you say yes. Ask yourself that before you commit to somebody. Ask yourself that, especially if anybody's coming from your past. Ask yourself that. Be comfortable with your new version of yourself. Okay, you're gonna go back and maybe slip into things that you used to do. You maybe go back and just fall into the patterns that you used to have. You may go back and slip into just old things that you used to do, but don't let it be a person. Don't slip back into the person that you don't, the version that you outgrew. Don't slip back into the version that you outgrew. Okay, it's not just about people, but if you feel like a person will take you to a place that you did not like, why would you go back? If you feel like a person made you feel terrible in the time that you were with them, why would you go back? If you feel like you weren't able to grow and elevate and be the best version of yourself with that person, why would you go back? This is a new version of you. You're outdated in their eyes. They have you stuck in that one space. And this is what I really don't like about people that come from the past. It's because in their head, where you guys last left off, that was the last memory that they had with you. Okay? That was the last and final memory that they had with you. So if you guys pick anything back up, whether it's a friendship or relationship or family members or whatever, that was where they last remember. That's where they stopped. So then if you guys go and try to reconnect, all they remember is where you stopped, because those are the last memories that they had of you. That's the last downloads that they have of you. So if you're in their lives in the present and they don't address what happened in the past, there's no moving forward, period. Bottom line. If they can't take accountability, there's no moving forward. If they can't take ownership, there's no moving forward. If they cannot apologize, there's no moving forward. If they cannot communicate properly, there's no moving forward. And you have to be very, very strict with people that come into your life, whether it's the future or the past or new people or not. Because, guys, hear me out. They will bring you back down to where you fucking grew from. Excuse my language. But they will bring you back down from where you grew from all the pain and the hurt and all the stuff that you went through to get yourself out of that hole. Why would you go back? Hear me when I say this. Hear me when I say this. Stop updating your past. They do not know you. That's why they want to get information on you. That's why they want to add. That was a... Damn, this girls are fighting. Okay. Do not update your past on the new you, because what they're doing is, since they don't know you, they want to get to know you. They want to get more information about you to see if you have grown and to see if you have elevated. But here's the thing. They wouldn't have to get to know the new you if they were still present in your life, if they were still updated in your life. They wouldn't have to start over. They wouldn't have to be like, okay, who's this new person? If they even take the time to do that, because there's a lot of times that they won't take time to figure out the new you. They'll still go scratch over the past you and think you're still that same person and not know there's a whole different version of you. Sometimes people from your past, like, you don't have to bring your past into your present, is what I'm saying. Okay? So if somebody's in your past, leave them there, because your present is the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that is happening all at once, is your present. Everything's happening all at once, but you do not need to identify with your past, and that's a big thing. I was telling someone not too long ago, your past traumas, your past story, it's not your full book. It's not your full story. You identify with trauma and pain and stuff like that, and you make that become your story. You make that become who you are. You make that become your life. And I can even say for myself with relationships, I had terrible relationships since I was younger. Just have not been having good luck with relationships. A lot of people with trauma bonding, a lot of people who are unhealed. I have the tendency to attract unhealed people and people who are broken, people who got mommy daddy issues, people who are struggling with self-identity, people who are not comfortable with who they are. I usually get into the position of wanting to nurture them, take care of them, and fix them like it's a project. That's something that I've been working on. But I noticed that there was a pattern with a lot of people that I was talking to, experience, that they associate their trauma a lot with who they are, and they make it their story. They make it their becoming. They make it who they are. And I'm like, is that going to be your whole entire story? Or is that going to be part of your story, and you're going to rise above that, and you're going to elevate above that and write a new story? At any given moment, you could write your new story. At any given moment, if there's something that's in your future or in your present that you do not like, you can change the script. You can rewrite the script at any moment. If you are for example, if you get tired of your hair, you're like, okay, I'm tired of my hair, I want to do something new. Isn't that you rewriting the script? So why is it that when it comes to your trauma, why is it that when it comes to the past, why is that it comes to whatever it is that is holding you back from elevating to the new version of yourself, why are you associating your past? You could rewrite it. Why are you letting your trauma and your past and all of that be your forefront of your story? So if you want to stay stuck there, guess what? You're just going to be staying stuck there. Okay? Because the future is not waiting for you and the present is not waiting for you, but the past is going to stay the past. There's nothing you can do to change the past. It's what's already been written. You can rewrite what is going to be written. There's no reason why you should be worried about what's happening in the past so much that you do not think about your present, that you're not present in your body. And I won't even speak about the future, because it's really important that we're present right here, right now, today. Not even just worried about the future. It's nice to think about the future, but being present is more important. So I just really came on here today just to remind you guys to not be stuck on the past. Don't be stuck on the past. And not only that, the past doesn't know who you are. Okay? The past don't know this new version of you. If you're not growing, you're not elevating, if you're not a new version of yourself, hell, I change almost every single day. Literally, I change my hair, my outfit, my damn near my identity. I want to be a new person. So if you're not changing and you're not elevating, you're not growing, and that you notice that the people around you are not doing the same thing, then you're stagnant, then you're stuck. But from your past should not identify to the new version of who you are. They're just somebody that's from the past. I know it's hard sometimes to get over people from the past. I know it's difficult to move forward from people from the past. I know it is. I've been there. I know it is. I've been there. But I'm not going to let my past define me. I'm not going to let my past, hold on, because my hair, y'all. I'm not going to let my past control my future. I'm not going to let my past control my present. Because at the end of the day, it's something that has already happened. I can't rewrite it. I can't rewrite it. So stop informing your past. That means your past relationships, your past friendships, your family members that you no longer speak to. I mean, go ahead and heal those things with your family. But if you feel like it's something that you just cannot do and it's not working, leave those people in the past, because all that matters is you. It sounds selfish, it sounds self-centered, but all that matters is you at the end of the day. Why? Because all you have is you. All that matters is what you think of yourself. No one's opinion should matter about who you are, and nobody can tell you who you are. So therefore, stop informing the past. It's like you're informing. How I look at it, when people ask me about my future, or people ask me about my present and what I'm doing, and I start to notice that they're asking a little too many questions, and yet they're not really talking about themselves, and I notice that they're asking too many questions that are like kind of just off-putting. For example, like one of them would be doing like, oh, what are you doing, like what are you up to, like what are you doing with your life? Okay, if you do not know by now that I'm creating content for YouTube, then you're not really paying attention. Okay, I post things on social media, I post things on my Instagram, I post things on my TikTok, I post things on my Twitter. You should know that I do social media. So if you're asking me what I'm doing for a living, or what I'm doing, or what am I pursuing, if the clear answer is not YouTube, or you're not seeing, or you're not engaging with my stuff. And that's another thing, people will see you on social media, they'll follow you, they'll see what you're doing, but they will not engage, they will not like, especially those past people, guys. They like to keep tags on you. Okay, they'll watch your social media, they'll watch your Instagram, they will not engage with anything that you're posting, anything that is positive, anything that you're creating, anything that you're putting out in the universe. They would not purposely interact it with you. Okay, they would not interact with you. So that's already one indicator where it's just a monitoring spirit trying to figure out what you're trying to do, trying to figure out what your next move is, trying to see if you're staying stuck or stagnant, trying to see if you're elevating, trying to see if you're higher than them or if you're lower than them. And people thrive off of that. That's why I don't give them people information. If you know me personally and you keep up with my life and you check in with me and I know we have a great relationship, it's no problem letting you know, because you're still actively in my life. You wouldn't have to be a past if you were actively working in my life, just as I wouldn't be a past if I was actively working in your life and wanted to be in your life. We wouldn't be discussing this new version of me. But people grow, people elevate, people change, and people are different every day, and that's something that you have to accept when it comes to the past. that people change. Do not update your past about who you are, because they do not know you. That new version of you, they don't know you. So stop updating them, okay? So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. And anybody that been watching my videos beforehand, I really appreciate y'all. All y'all that been tapping in, hitting me up with encouraging words, and I see all of that, and it really moves me. I don't care if it's one person, I don't care if it's 10 people, I don't care. It's the fact that the message is getting out, and that's all I care about. And I appreciate anybody that is literally showing me love back. So thank y'all.